At the top of the world, where the sun disappears for months and the cold bites deeper than anywhere else on Earth, life endures. The polar bear, king of the Arctic, is both hunter and wanderer. For him, the ice is more than home, it's survival. But even kings fail. With the ice melting earlier each year, his kingdom is shrinking. The Arctic fox is the opportunist, clever, fast, and ever watchful. It survives not by strength, but by strategy. Beneath the snow lies its prize, a hidden lemming. Dinner tonight. Beneath the ice, unicorns of the sea sing their haunting songs. Narwhals migrate in silence, guided by instincts older than memory. The walrus, social, awkward, and stubborn, rests on vanishing shores of ice, a species caught between two worlds, sea and sky. When the Arctic growls, its inhabitants listen. Blizzards can blind and bury within minutes. Yet even here in this frozen silence, life begins anew. These cubs are the next generation of survivors, born into a world more fragile than ever before. This is the North, harsh, beautiful, and changing fast. Its creatures adapt, endure, and remind us that even in the coldest corners of Earth, life burns brightly. Frozen giants, life at the top of the world.
In the quiet corners of North America's rivers and wetlands, a curious creature is hard at work, not just surviving, but shaping the very world around it. This is the North American beaver, nature's master engineer. With powerful jaws and ever-growing teeth, beavers fell trees with remarkable precision, not for food, but for architecture. Dams slow rivers, creating still ponds. These watery fortresses protect their homes, called lodges, from predators and from the cold. Inside the lodge, dry chambers provide shelter for the whole family. It's a cozy refuge, entered only by underwater tunnels, a clever design against intruders. Beavers are deeply social animals. Families live together and raise kits, young beavers, in carefully maintained territories. Cooperation is key to their survival, but the beaver's impact goes beyond its own needs. Their dams create wetlands, some of the richest habitats on Earth. Frogs, fish, birds, and insects flourish in the ecosystems they unknowingly design. Through the seasons, the beaver's world transforms, but their work continues. Repairs are made, new channels are dug. The rhythm of life flows through their paws and tails. Once trapped nearly to extinction for their fur, beavers are now recognized as crucial allies in restoring wetlands and combating climate change. Their return marks hope for rivers, for forests, and for us. With no blueprints and no machines, the beaver changes landscapes as no other mammal can. In doing so, it reminds us nature's greatest engineers often work in silence, one twig at a time.
From space, the Earth gleams, a vibrant sphere of blue and green, a testament to the miracle of life. But look closer. Scars mar its surface, scars left by our ambition, our need for more. Pollution, a silent, creeping danger. It fouls our air, water, and land, threatening the very fabric of life. Pollution knows no boundaries. It drifts across oceans, rises into the atmosphere, settles on once pristine landscapes, a stark reminder of our interconnectedness and the urgent need for a global solution. We have pushed too far, extracted too much, consumed without consequence. Our planet, once brimming with life, now struggles to breathe. The consequences of our actions are everywhere, visible in the hazy skies, the polluted waters, the depleted landscapes. We must act before it's too late. The air hangs heavy in Delhi. A thick gray fog obscures the sun. This is not natural fog, it is smog, a toxic cocktail of pollutants, spewed from cars, factories, and homes. It burns the eyes, constricts the chest, makes every breath a struggle.
The elderly cough, their frail lungs struggling to cope. Children, their lungs still developing, are most at risk. Asthma rates soar. Lives are cut short.
The right to breathe clean air, a fundamental human right, denied. This is the face of air pollution, not just in Delhi but in cities around the world. From Beijing to Los Angeles, millions suffer. The invisible killer claims its victims, silently, relentlessly. The ocean, vast and deep, teeming with life, but beneath the surface a crisis unfolds. Plastic, our discarded bottles, bags, and packaging, now a suffocating presence. A plastic soup choking our seas. Whales starve, their stomachs full of plastic. Turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, their digestive systems clogged. Coral reefs, vibrant underwater cities, smothered by plastic debris. The lifeblood of the ocean, slowly being drained away. The ocean is a mirror, reflecting our own disregard for the planet. We have treated it as a dumping ground. Now, it is sending a message back, a silent scream for help. Will we listen? The Amazon rainforest, the lungs of the earth, a vibrant tapestry of life, home to millions of species, a vital carbon sink. Now it is under attack. Trees fall at an alarming rate. Sacrifice for cattle ranches, soy plantations, and mining.
Indigenous communities, guardians of the forest for generations, are displaced, their way of life destroyed.
The loss of the Amazon is a global tragedy. It accelerates climate change, disrupts weather patterns, extinguishes countless species. The Amazon's destruction is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet and the urgent need to protect our remaining wild spaces. Africa, the cradle of humanity, a continent of immense beauty and immense challenges, one of the most pressing toxic waste. Developed nations eager to offload their hazardous byproducts find willing recipients in Africa. E-waste laden with heavy metals, discarded batteries, chemical sludge dumped in landfills, leaking into the soil and water, poisoning communities. Children, the most vulnerable, suffer the worst effects. Birth defects, developmental problems, cancer. This toxic legacy is a stain on our collective conscience, a blatant disregard for human life, and a stark reminder of the environmental injustice that plagues our world. China's economic engine roars, factories churn, skyscrapers rise, but at what cost? The air is thick with smog, rivers run black with industrial waste, landfills overflow, the environment buckles under the strain. Respiratory illnesses are rampant, water pollution threatens food security, the very air people breathe is a health hazard. China's environmental crisis is a stark reminder that economic progress must not come at the expense of environmental health.
The United States, a land of vast plains, towering mountains, sparkling coastlines. But even here, the fury of a changing climate is felt. Hurricanes intensify, flooding becomes more frequent. Wildfires rage with unprecedented ferocity.
These extreme weather events are not isolated incidents. They are a symptom of a planet out of balance, the consequences of our reliance on fossil fuels, our insatiable appetite for energy, our disregard for the natural world. The Arctic, a pristine wilderness of ice and snow, home to polar bears, walruses, and seals. A delicate ecosystem, now it is under threat. Oil spills blacken the once pristine ice. Climate change melts the ice caps, shrinking hunting grounds, threatening the survival of iconic species. The Arctic is a canary in the coal mine, a warning of the dangers of climate change. Its fate is inextricably linked to our own. We must act now, before it's too late, for the Arctic, and for ourselves. The situation is dire, but there is still hope. Around the world, people are taking action, innovating, adapting, fighting for a cleaner, healthier future. Renewable energy sources, solar, wind, and geothermal, are replacing fossil fuels. Cities are embracing green infrastructure, Urban farms, vertical gardens, sustainable transportation. Communities are coming together to clean up rivers and beaches, plant trees, protect wildlife, educate the next generation. The transition will not be easy, but it is essential. Our survival depends on it. The Earth is our only home. We have a moral imperative to protect it, for ourselves, for future generations, for all life on Earth. Pollution is not someone else's problem, it is a collective challenge, demanding a collective response. We must consume less, waste less, demand sustainable practices from corporations and governments, hold each other accountable. Our individual actions may seem small, but together they create a ripple effect, a force for change. The time to act is now. Let us choose a different path, a path of sustainability, of responsibility, of hope. The future of our planet, the future of humanity, depends on it. As the sun rises over the vast African plains, shadows stretch across the golden grasses. Among them walk giants, silent, graceful, ancient. These are African elephants, the largest land animals on Earth. More than just their size, they carry a wisdom shaped over millions of years. With deep-set eyes and weathered skin, every elephant bears the story of its journey, through drought, migration, birth, and survival. At the heart of every herd is a matriarch, the oldest and wisest female. She leads with memory, where to find water, which paths are safe, when to move. Her knowledge is the herd's lifeline. Water is life in Africa, and elephants know every hidden source. Their arrival transforms the land, digging wells, opening paths, making survival possible for countless other species. Their most versatile tool, the trunk, a fusion of nose and upper lip, strong enough to uproot trees yet delicate enough to cradle a newborn. Elephants communicate in whispers, rumbles, and touch. Some sounds travel for miles, inaudible to human ears. Their bonds are deep, emotional, and lasting. Young calves are nurtured not just by their mothers, but by the entire herd. It's a community built on care, protection, and patience. But even these giants are not immune. Hunted for their ivory, thousands have fallen. Yet hope endures, in rangers, researchers, and communities fighting for their future. Across Africa, sanctuaries and protected lands are giving elephants a second chance. Each life saved is a victory, not just for elephants, but for the ecosystems they sustain. To watch elephants is to witness living history. To protect them is to choose a future where wildness still has a place, and where giants still roam free.
The air hung heavy and humid. Sweat plastered Layla Wren's shirt to her back. She pushed aside a curtain of thick vines. Emerald light dappled the jungle floor. Layla clutched a worn, leather-bound journal in her hand. Her father's journal. His words whispered of a lost temple, a place of power hidden deep within the Amazon.
The Temple of Echoes.
The ruins rose from the jungle floor like a slumbering giant. Stone consumed by moss and vines. Layla could feel it in her bones. With a deep breath, she stepped into the embrace of the ruins. The air within the temple was stale, thick with the scent of decay and forgotten things. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the dense canopy above, casting the interior in an ethereal gloom. Layla traced her fingers along the cool, damp stone. Intricate carvings lined the walls, depicting warriors and jaguars, serpents and stars. Stories etched in stone, whispers of a lost civilization. She paused, her fingers brushing against a symbol she recognized from her father's journal, the serpent's eye. The marker of a sacred passage, one that led to the heart of the temple. She took a deep breath, steeling her nerves, and stepped into the passage. The passage was narrow, the air thick and oppressive.
The passage opened into a vast chamber, its ceiling lost in the shadows above. A shaft of sunlight pierced the gloom, illuminating a pedestal in the center of the room. On it rested a crystal, pulsing with an otherworldly light. The Stone of Echoes.
Beautiful, isn't it?
A voice echoed through the chamber. Layla whirled around, her hand instinctively reaching for the machete strapped to her thigh.
Mara,
Layla breathed, recognizing the woman from her father's warnings.
I've been expecting you, Layla Wren. Some treasures are not meant to be found. The stone will be mine, Layla. Your father should have stayed out of my way. My father, it was you?
Layla's blood ran cold. Rage surged through her, hot and blinding. She threw herself into the fight with renewed fury, her machete a silver arc cutting through the air. The clash of metal echoed through the chamber, a deadly dance beneath the watchful gaze of the ancient gods.
You won't get away with this, Mara.
The force of their struggle knocked against the pedestal. The Stone of Echoes toppled from its resting place, and as it fell, it pulsed with blinding light.
It's not just a treasure, it's so much more.
Layla looked at Mara, who lay sprawled on the ground, groaning in pain. The fall had injured her, that much was clear. Yet as Layla looked down at her rival, all she could see was her father's face, his eyes filled with pain and betrayal. Vengeance burned in her throat, a bitter taste. It would be so easy to leave Mara here, to let the jungle claim her as it had claimed so many others. But something held her back.
Mara,
Mara looked up, her eyes narrowed in suspicion. Layla tossed her canteen.
drink. We leave at dawn.
Dawn painted the jungle canopy with hues of gold and crimson. Layla and Mara walked in silence, the Stone of Echoes nestled securely in Layla's pack. Their journey out of the jungle was arduous, fraught with peril. Yet a strange sense of peace had settled over Layla. The stone had revealed the truth about her father's fate, had exposed the darkness in Mara's heart, but it had also revealed something far more profound.
The stone, it showed me things. About my father, about you, about myself. What did you see? I saw that the greatest treasures are not found in ancient ruins, but within ourselves.
The jungle stretched out before them, vast and unforgiving. But for the first time, Layla did not feel fear, only a sense of purpose.